Week 9. Can you believe we're here?
I can believe it.
It's been a long, tumultuous season. I've never had a season like this, to be quite honest.
In which way? In what way? In what way?
Well, I've never been in love before in the middle of a season. I think my brain is elsewhere. Um,
And what are you in love with?
Sentient.
The board. Not even the board. A phone. A
Or
phone.
potentially.
Yeah. I love
I,
how we're going to discuss being in love, which is a great topic, but we start with you because that's definitely, if any of us have progressed in directions, it's definitely you falling in love with your iPhone 13.
why don't
Congrats,
you?
mom.
Good call on the 13. Why don't you tell people what you did over
I
the
know you have
weekend?
13. Yeah.
Why
So
did why don't you tell the people what you did?
can we actually like this is actually part of DGNYC history. If you want to go back to, I think it was like episode 2. Do you remember me talking about the girl? Remember the girl I was talking about with the furries?
I do.
My fiance now.
There we go.
There we go. DGNYC history. So if you want to go back deep, deep, deep into the archives, you remember there was a girl I was talking about being a furry, and we're like, we'll see if she sticks around. Engaged to her this weekend. How about
Wow.
that?
Wow.
Love's a crazy thing.
You want to know an all-time joke that you can tell to anybody that asks you, "Hey, how did you get engaged?" Here's what you say.
Yeah.
Well, first I got down on one knee.
Mm-hmm.
That kills. That's all you
Oh,
need.
it's a
Yeah.
strong opener. It's a strong opener. You know what's great is now that it's constantly ruined because like people are like, "What did she say?" And she basically just looked at me. It was like, "Yeah, I knew it was coming." So like that's great.
Really?
Yeah, that takes the wind out of anything. So it's like these months of planning, sneaking around, doing all this shit, and she's just like, "Ah, yeah, I knew it was happening." So that's fun.
Well, you took her to Pittsburgh, first off.
Yeah, but I told her, listen, you don't understand the amount of planning I had. I had our friend, mutual friend, text her 2 months before this and be like, "Hey, I got tickets to a Steeler game. Do you guys want to come up?" This shit's been planned for
Wait,
months.
who?
A
Which
friend,
one?
I had a friend that we both know.
Is it
Not that
my
we,
guy?
no, not that we know. No, but he
Okay.
was there. He was there at the after party. He was there.
Oh no,
He was in attendance.
Slammy Sosa.
He was there. He was in attendance. He was there. He was there to give daps and hugs. But it was good. It was a good weekend, man. It was honestly fun. Got engaged.
Where did you do it at in the city of Pittsburgh?
Melon Park up in up past Shady.
Melon. Nice.
Yeah, what a place. What a place. So yeah, it was good. Honestly, we got some good picks. Got the ring. It was a good honestly, it was a good weekend. I can't even say I don't even want to say anything. I don't even want to besmirch it. It was a great weekend. Family was there, friends were there. It
Yeah,
was a
man.
good time.
I'm
I
happy
spent
for you, man. It's cool to
Thank you.
see you're great at planning. Like
Great plan.
the first time I ever met you was on a weekend excursion in
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. First time I
Yeah.
ever met you, and you had everything planned out like to a T, where we were going to
I
be
do
minute by
too.
minute. You're like, yeah, we got like 2 hours to kill, so we'll kill it at this place, and then we're going to go to the next place. You have in between locations, and that's something I highly admire about you.
Listen, that's just wait till next, 2 weeks. We're gonna be doing it. We're gonna be running it back.
So my flight lands at 4:30 p.m. on Friday.
Yeah. Come on through.
All right, great.
Where are you? You're staying at my place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come on through.
I'm so excited.
Come on through. We're gonna have a time. But
Now that
before we
I have requests.
what is it?
So I downloaded a new app,
Jesus Christ.
and this app is called Yuka, Yuka,
Okay, okay.
and basically, it helps my OCD.
All right, that's great. Anything that's a great thing.
It helps it because it scans barcodes on food and I don't know, personal supplies, the toothpaste, face wash, whatever,
Yeah.
and it tells you how bad it is for you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Stop bringing this to my fucking house.
So I'm bringing the phone to the house, and it has the AI, and it also has Yuka, which will tell me. And I have requests for healthy snacks that I think maybe the whole gang could. Are we tailgating?
We're tailgating. Go ahead, kick your request to Emmy. She'll get your fucking bullshit snacks at Whole
So I
Foods
think maybe if
or
we
directly.
a
Bypassing
Cliff
I don't want
Bar is
to.
healthy, a Cliff Bar is fine. I eat one a day. I think if we did
I can't believe I'm
maybe
getting a fucking rider for you to stay at my house for free. It's basically what I'm getting. I'm getting a rider for you to stay to crash at my house. I'm getting
yeah,
like what dimes rider.
yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Well, like I said, all you're gonna do is you're gonna upset me. I don't want to hear it. Go
People think
talk.
dried mangoes, dried mangoes.
Yeah.
The only bad thing about them is they're full of sugar.
Well, talk to Emmy. Just text her,
Okay.
message her, tell her your request, and I'm sure she will fulfill them.
Are you guys
She'll
living
make
together?
sure. Huh?
You guys living together?
Yeah, we've had a house for like a year and a half. Yeah. Text her, get her on, and we'll get you what you need. But let's go to these picks. I know you're delaying these because you had another actually you were okay. You were 3-5
Come
-1.
on.
You were okay. I was going for a kill shot mostly a graze. I 3-4,
Like Trump.
0 units. Yeah. Shout out. Shout out.
Fight,
Biggest
fight, fight.
dude, if Donnie was being purely elected on ear regrowth possibility, that dude would get 17 straight terms. But Yinzy FAB
EGH,
last
ear
week,
growth hormone. Are
ear
we?
growth hormone.
We're going. He probably took that deer antler spray like Roger Clemens.
Yeah.
Uh, we're gonna be in Cincinnati directly after the election.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like
Might
the
be.
week of like.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know how Cincinnati leans. I'm gonna be honest.
Pretty down the middle, I think.
Really?
Yeah, pretty down the
So,
middle.
so what you're telling me is, if it's pretty down the middle, it sounds like the city is gonna be on edge.
Nah, it won't be. I feel like
Someone
it'll
will be
be.
upset in Cincinnati.
I feel like,
And it's
no,
not the Bearcats because they're going to kill West Virginia.
they probably kill West Virginia. Nah, I feel like it won't be that big a deal. I feel like it
Okay.
won't be. I feel like if it was like, I feel like it's when you get one extreme when it's really crazy. I feel like people are just like, whatever.
Yeah.
People are just eating gross chili.
It
That's
is
pretty much.
gross chili. I wonder what Yuka will say about Skyline chili.
I'm gonna throw your phone in the fucking river about an hour into this trip. That's a guarantee. If you want to lock,
Oh, sorry. I can't eat this.
that phone's getting hopped into the river, guaranteed. Not even 15 minutes into the trip. We'll be out having a beer, and you'll be like, "Can I scan the label?" And you'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't drink. Do you have any non-alcoholic seltzers?" And I'm just gonna give me your fucking phone. I will be able to deal with it. You're gonna put me in a tailspin about an hour in.
How do you think I would have fared in like the 1800s?
They'd have killed you immediately. They would have been like, "This dude." You would have been like, "I'm sorry, I can't." You're like, "Is this quail? Was it organic? Was it killed in an eco-friendly way?" They'd be like, "No, I snapped the snack 15 minutes ago." And you'd be like, "Oh, it's free range."
I'd probably be loyal to the king. I'm not going to lie.
You'd be very subservient. You
Well,
would. You would
what?
too.
Well, what is the problem with being taxed? We're being taxed. Everyone is being taxed.
You'd serve me. You would serve me. You'd work my land while I was gone. While I
Okay.
was while I was pillaging, you would serve me. You'd serve me. You would just be taking care of my homestead as I was out pillaging, bringing home rewards from faraway lands. You'd just be taking care of the homestead. You'd be like,
I would be I would be in the house with like the maids, but I'd
yeah,
be
you
like,
would
it's
be.
far too hot to work
Yeah,
outside.
you would be. You'd be rearing the children. You'd be teaching them how to read. You'd be
I'd be
great at
teaching them math. What is the not the word mathematics, the word they used to arithmetic.
arithmetic.
I'd be teaching them arithmetic.
The three R's. That's what you'd be doing. That's what you'd be doing.
Yeah.
I'd be come home. You'd be like looking at the maidens. They'd be like, oh, they all have cholera. And you'd be like, look at how faint they are. Look at their glistening skin and their 108-pound frame. You'd be like loving on them.
They're perfect.
They would be perfect for you. Listen, that's maybe we'll see. Listen, we're gonna be on a college campus. You'll see some like you'll probably be loving it. You'll see some girls that
Oh,
are like
college campus, I'm fine. I don't
you'll,
worry about.
you'll see some like 19,
And I'm
20-year-old
not,
girls.
despite
You'll love it.
popular belief,
Love it.
I'm not the hit on girls with a, oh, look, I'm reading a book at the bar type guy. No, I actually say words to people. I'm not a book at the bar guy.
Interesting. We'll see. We'll see about that. If you're like the
It,
LeBron on like the second page, that's gonna be your look.
too many, there's too many parts of The Godfather. I don't know which part's my favorite.
You're
I bought
you're
this
just
new
gonna
book.
be
I bought this new book by Rick Rubin,
yeah. Looks
executive,
like looks like a titty on the cover, but that's great.
yeah, well, it's called The Creative Act, A Way of Being.
Yeah.
When
How
was
are
the
you
last
feeling?
time you read a book, Yinzer?
Um, read a book a couple weeks back on a flight.
Read a book. I'm pretty sure that was the in-flight menu.
It's
You
not the flight, man.
gargantuan
Yeah, I wish it
human.
was. No, they don't put them anymore. You got to scan the QR
I'm
code to find
sorry,
it.
they don't have mutton on this plane. They don't have mutton.
What the fuck is mutton? Lamb?
I don't know. It's like what knights used to eat.
That's right. You wouldn't be. Remember how subservient you are. That's good. It's a good
You ever,
callback.
you
Remember your
ever go
place.
to you ever go to medieval times?
Oh yeah, medieval times rocks,
Well,
dude.
yeah, well, I don't know why we're not going to medieval times in 2 weeks.
I'm not sure there's one, but if there was, we'd arrange it. Probably because half the guys would get too drunk and probably get thrown out. Medieval times fucks. It's a great
Here's the
time.
thing with medieval times and myself. I would show up and I would start yelling, hear ye,
You'd have a
every
panic attack.
hear ye. I would have a bell.
You would. Somebody would like say something to like the maid, and you'd be like, "That's my PC," and you get offset.
I'm not that
You'd
guy.
leave. Yeah, you would.
I'm
You'd
not
leave.
that
You'd be like,
guy.
"That ruined me."
I'm not
You'd
that
be like,
guy.
"That blouse isn't period accurate," and you'd get all mad and leave. You'd storm.
The last time you read a book, pictures popped up. I think that's what happened. The last time you read a
A
book.
couple weeks back. I'll take an IQ test with you on pod live. We'll do it. We'll see what happens. I'll crush you in picks and then I'll crush your ego. And I'll just slowly deflate you
I
everywhere
don't
it can.
claim to have a high IQ. I claim to have a high EQ, which you probably don't even know what that means.
Don't care. Thank God I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Go
EQ.
on, go on, go on and tell people how you did last week.
EQ. Oh, I'd love to. And it's not as good as I want to. So you set me up and now I feel bad. 3 and 4, 0 units. Basically took a bath. Dimes man, 3 and 5, -1 units. The Dimes man, 0 and 2 in lock fights. He keeps going against me. I don't know why he does. Maybe
You
he'll learn.
forced my hand. You made me pick that.
Why? It's why he's subservient. 0 and 2 in lock fights. Maybe he'll
You
learn. I don't
forced
know.
me to take a pick in that game.
You force my hand. You cower below me in fear. But as
You
we're
like
going through,
strike me. You strike me, and you're like, you made me do that.
you made me. Why you make me do this? But not too bad. I'm up 8 units on the year. The Dimes man is up 4.5. So we're up what,
Wow.
12.5 units. If I have to get my calculator out. So honestly, not too bad. Last week, 6 and 9, -1 unit, still up 12.5 units.
I got to get last year's 40 ball out of my head.
It's not going to happen.
I
It's
got
a
to get
hundred.
it out. I can't get it out of my head. I've been chasing it all year. I'm chasing the
It's a
dragon.
100-year flood. It's not going to happen, buddy. Find another podcast that's up 12.5 units. Okay,
I
you're
know.
chasing. You're chasing ghosts. It's
The
not going to happen.
standard is the standard.
The standard is to be plus money. That's what the standard should be. We're plus money. We're up 12 units.
40 units. I paid it for somebody to go on vacation.
40 units is an anomaly. Let's try. Let's aim for 20. Let's aim for 20.
All right.
But let's start.
I
Let's
think I
start
might
this
get
week.
there myself this week.
I hope so. I will be honest with you. I watched about 17 minutes of college football last week. I had things going on. So,
Why the
so
fuck
tell me
am
what
I
I'm.
the only one sweating it out for 12 hours?
I had something going on last week. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Something
yeah,
happened.
you got engaged.
Things happened. Things happened.
Whatever.
Sorry. Once in a lifetime event. I promise it won't happen again.
I'm married to the game.
You are married to the game. Let me ask you this. Speaking of being married to the game, what if, because this is being kicked around. This is being kicked around. I want you to do a fair or foul live reading. I haven't talked about this.
Okay.
The idea of a fall wedding is a possibility. What are your thoughts? Go.
Hmm. You can do it.
Okay.
It's your life. It's your
Yeah.
money.
Yes.
Don't hate if I'm looking at the phone.
Oh no, there will be TVs in the reception.
That's fine.
Okay.
You got to have, if you're going to do it,
Yeah.
if you're going to do it,
Yeah.
because you're too cheap to afford a June wedding,
Yeah.
we can.
Nah. It's honestly, it's more expensive to have it in September, October, then it's June, and then it gets cheaper in July, August. I'm learning.
I might do July wedding. Hot.
Hot. It's hot, dude. It's hot.
Have groomsmen passing out. We need IVs on the sideline.
That's basically what I feel like every wedding I've been to in the past 2 years, that's basically what it's been. I'm just sweating. I just look like James Brown at every reception, just glistening. Just like up there, like, oh my goodness, just face melting. Now, see, I was against it. I was a firm anti Saturday fall wedding guy.
Yeah.
And the more I'm thinking of, I'm like, why should I combine the two things I love most? Why can't I take my bride and my football and merge them?
It's true.
It's true. Now it has to be executed. Am I at a venue with no TVs? I feel like that's a no-go. I feel like I couldn't do that to people. I
Right.
wouldn't want that to be done.
I did last year. I was in Charlotte, North Carolina, fall wedding.
Yeah.
One TV in the groomsmen's like changing suite.
Yeah.
I walked in there like 3 hours into the dancing part of the
Yeah.
night, and just a vile woman followed me in there and said, "You're not allowed to be in here." And I was sick at the time, like
In the groom suite?
in the groom suite. She goes, "You're not allowed to be in here." And I was like, "I'm changing." I had like no voice. I was like, "I'm
Yeah.
changing clothes." I sounded like RFK.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Sorry," and then like did that face,
Yeah.
and that made me never want to get married ever.
Yeah. So now you're just I don't know. It seems like you have like one or two experiences and you just swear off things. It's like you're like the person, you're like, yeah, you have like a bad slice of pizza and you're like, that's it for me for Italian food. I'm just cutting it off.
Yeah, probably.
Nothing about growth. Nothing. You're just a one. No, it's interesting.
I love the
Well,
board this week. You want to talk about
I
growth?
you interest pause.
My card is showing.
I'm telling you, I'm very tepid. There's some games I like. For how much you like the board, there's an obvious rat line. I'm interested if you see what it
Oh,
is.
oh, I know what you're going to say. It is a rat line, and guess what? I'm a rat in a
I'm
maze.
gonna say,
I'm going after the
I'm gonna
cheese.
say the conference. I'm gonna say the conference, and I want to. It's a
Hold on,
Big
hold
Ten
on, hold
game.
on, hold on, hold on. Let's say the conference on on three.
Already said it. Already said it.
I didn't hear you.
Okay, okay. What do you want me to say on three?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you saying it or am I saying? Okay.
I thought we were gonna say it at the same time. I thought it was gonna be something we did
Are
together.
we doing one, two, three, go?
Yeah, we're going one, two, three, go.
Okay. You say go.
One, two, three, go.
Big Ten.
Big Ten.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have the same game. I think it's a rat line,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
think
Guess
you're
what?
gonna
I'm
bite me.
taking
And
it.
I
I'm
think
taking it.
okay, interesting. I think it's gonna hurt you, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm staying away from it. I don't want any part of it.
Oh, you want to stay
But
away from it. You don't want to lock fight. You don't want to potentially risk. You're doing four corners, Dean Smith offense. You're kneeling the ball
yeah,
out. You don't want to go against me in lock fights. Is what it sounds like.
if I'm walking by, it's October, it's Halloween season. If someone says that is a spooky haunted house, I'm just not gonna go in it. There's nothing for me in there. It could be nothing. It could also be a devilish hellhole. I'm just not going to go in. There's no positives for me. I see no value.
Speaking of
So
devilish hellholes and haunted houses,
great segue.
where are you at on scary movies? I've been watching one every single day for the month of October.
I like scary, not a huge gore dude. I don't like watching Hostel. Not a big
I
Saw
just
guy.
watched Hostel
Not a fan.
and Hostel 2, which
I
has a
see
better
that
story
shit.
than the first.
Like scary movies, like the old scary movies, great. Halloween, great. All those Shining, those are good. But like, I don't know. If I had to put them, I'm not firing one up tonight. If it's like if we're doing like an activity, it's like, hey, we're going to the park and they're doing like, sure, I'm in.
Yeah.
Well,
See,
I
I
get like
can
a six.
do slashers. I can do hack 'em ups. I can do all that. I
Scream
cannot.
good.
I can't do spirits. I can't do demons.
Poltergeist can't do it.
I can't do any
Walk
exorcisms.
towards the light.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Poltergeist.
I never saw it.
It's a good movie.
I can't do Conjuring. I can't do Sinister. I can't do. Now I've seen
Yeah,
these movies. I regret that I saw them. They make me scared. I remember when the first Paranormal Activity movie came out, and I thought that was real.
that's a fucked up movie. It's a good movie. I saw that in theaters. It's a fucked up movie.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, all the people behind like The Conjuring and Amityville, they're complete fakes. They're frauds. If that makes you feel better.
What do you mean all the people behind them?
Like the people that did all the investigations, like Ed and Lorraine Warren, they're all complete frauds. They made up everything. So it makes you feel better. Do a
Wait,
little
who is
Google for you.
this?
The
What is
people that
what is their
investigated
name?
it,
What is
like
their name?
Ed and Lorraine Warren, I think it is.
Okay.
They're all bullshit.
Ed and Lorraine Warren.
They did like The Conjuring and
Amityville
Amityville.
Horror, The Haunting in Connecticut.
Yeah, they're all fake. Those people, they've been debunked like thousands of times. So it makes you feel better.
Oh, and so that's why movies say based on a true story because it's a story that they told.
Yeah.
The
So what they
story's
would do
fake, but it's true that it's based on the fact that they
what
said
they
it.
would do is this is a little fun fact. What they would do is they
How do
would
you
go
know
investigate
this?
something. Huh?
How do you know this?
Because I'm a worldly person, unlike you. I don't do whatever the fuck EQ is, which sounds like another baseball statistic you
Emotional
made up.
quotient.
Ever.
You're
Solve
not
quotient nerd. So
okay.
let me get back to the topic at hand. So what they would do is they would go investigate something. Then they would hire a horror writer to write a book, and they would say based on a true story because it was a true story. They investigated it. But also the Amityville horror thing, this couple moved into a home that this guy killed his whole family. The defense attorney made up the story for the guy that killed his family. They pitched the idea to the family living at the house because they were falling behind on the mortgage. They liked the idea, but they didn't like the split. So they broke off the deal with the guy who killed his family and called Ed and Lorraine Warren and did it. So that's how it happened. True story.
Huh.
Swear to God. True story. True
That's
story.
really interesting. Did you like watch a documentary about this or
I
something?
think I listened to like there was like a podcast talking about like all I think it was I don't know if it was Behind the Bastards or something, but there was a podcast talking all about them and it was pretty wild.
Here
Yeah.
it is. Annabelle, Amityville, Infield,
Annabelle's
England.
another fake. Yeah. Annabelle's actually based off an old Twilight Zone episode. So Annabelle's based off an old Twilight Zone episode, and the name of the mom in the Twilight Zone episode is named Annabelle. So they literally just stole the mom's name from the episode.
This makes all these movies less scary now.
See, I just healed you. See, just
All
come.
right.
Let Papa Yinzer hold you close. But yeah, how
See,
crazy!
this is I'm working for you. You slap me, but then you help me. I don't know where to go.
I tear you down so I can build you. But literally, how stupid is that? They literally could have named the doll anything. They ripped off the show, and they're like, "What was the mom's name in that show?" In the episode, like it was Annabelle, and they just named it that. That's how lazy they
That's
were.
outrageous.
Insane. Fact check me. I forget the
I
name of it.
believe you. I full on believe
It's a
you.
very famous Twilight Zone episode, but yeah, it's a true thing. Swear to God.
All right.
Yeah.
That
Well,
gives me some confidence going into the week.
you're gonna hit every bet. Do you want to get into the board?
Let's do it, man.
Let's do it. All right. I'm going to let you, even though I'm the leader on the tee, I'm going to cede the pick to you because you feel so good. I'm going in with, if last week I was feeling like a 6 out of 10, the week before I was a 3 out of 10, I'm going in like a 7 out of 10. I
No,
feel
I
pretty
feel
good.
good. I feel
All
good.
right.
It's Return of the Mac for me. I feel good. I've been hitting the Mac off pod and on pod.
All right. Give me your first pick, dog.
My first pick, we're going to the well one last time.
Let's do it.
This is a team that could be described as a lost sailor. What do they call it when a ship was without a captain and it's just floating? Ghost ship? This is a ghost ship.
I
It's
think
a
that's
ghost
with
ship.
nobody on it, but sure.
Yeah. Well, it's perfect because these are the Pirates, and we're betting on
Okay.
East Carolina, and it's -7.5, and they're at home. I'd sound like I'm doing Nick Saban, and we're betting on East Carolina, and they're -7.5 right now, and they're home, and they don't have a coach, and people might think that's a bad thing. And Jake Garcia may lead the nation in interceptions, but guess who they're playing? They're playing Temple, and this is the ultimate disrespect because they have Temple at less than 2 scores, and that makes it personal. So let's take this shit personal. That's my Nick Saban.
Fantastic. Always a good excuse to bust it out.
East Carolina -7.5. I want 3 units on it. Play
Three
fast, play
units?
physical. Do it for 4 quarters. Four
Three.
quarters. Three
3 units.
units. I
That
love
might
the
be
Pi-
our that might be our highest single unit play of the year. I don't think we've had a 3 yet.
I love the Pirates this week. It's my favorite play of the week.
Right,
It's my
I'll get you 3
favorite
units.
play of the week. And
Well, I'm gonna
you're never gonna get East Carolina at this price because they're like, oh, their coach is gone. Their coach is gone. That's it. They're quit. They're playing Temple. They're playing Temple.
Well, I wish I had a pick that was as ballsy. I'm gonna start small and I'm gonna go as they go up. But I'm gonna start off with Kansas State -9.5 against Kansas. I think
Good
this is
pick.
a blowout potential rivalry game. This is a clearly better team. Can we just admit? I don't know if Kansas is still playing the year. Getting this below 2 touchdowns. Do I think that this line should be? I initially thought this was going to be a 13.5. This is a pure value play. Getting it below 10. I think this finishes at around the 13 to 14. But give me Kansas State at home. Clearly better team. Rivalry game. They're going to look to put it on them when they can. Give me that for just 1 unit.
There we go. I like it. I like it. I got 2 units on Eastern Michigan -2.5 at Akron. Eastern Michigan has been in these close games all year. They've done the job. They play hard. Listen, I think they're at 5. Hold on, let me double check this right now. They might be fighting for bowl eligibility. And this team that everybody, yeah, they are. They're 5-2. Their team total over was 5.5. This is a team that every year they're like, they have no money, they have no depth, and they stink. And then they fight and they find ways to win. Also, if you ask every coach in the MAC, they'll tell you this is the dirtiest team in the league. And I like that. So we're gonna go with the boys, Eastern Michigan. They're at Akron, 2 units, 2.5.
I love that insight. I'm going to keep it going up the board. Give me UCF -2.5. I
I
can't
like
believe this
that.
price. I think this is an overreaction price. We got BYU playing these boys. It's going to be hot. This line started at -1. It's crept up to 2.5. I'm fine with that. I'm fine keeping it below field goal. I just think we finally see their UCF is going to have too much offense, too much of a run game, too much of a vertical passing game. I'm not afraid of the BYU. Give
There we
me
go.
UCF. Just too much offense, man. 2.5 at home. Give it to me.
Love that. I got
And I didn't make that pick just so I could say BYU. It's just a happy accident.
true.
Serendipitous.
Um, yeah, if you look at BYU, they're like their margins, it's just not good. Like they're somehow they might be, you hate to say this, is just so weird. Like the worst undefeated team.
Yeah. And we're looking for, at this point of the year, we're looking for favorites with like a little bit of a sinking ship with some leaks in them.
Yeah. Speaking of favorites, we're gonna go Toledo. Toledo had a good win on the road last week. I watched every second of that, and they're playing at
Of course
home
you
this
did.
week against Bowling Green. Toledo also 5-2, fighting for bowl eligibility. This is the most steady ship in the MAC. Jason Candle needs to get out of there, and honestly, I wouldn't hate if he went to West Virginia next year. I have these guys winning by a touchdown, but we're betting them at -2.5.
How many units?
1.
1 unit.
I
All right.
got three more. I got three more picks.
I
Joe
got three more.
Rogan. Joe Rogan. I got three more picks.
Fantastic RFK.
No,
Give me
that's
Duke.
not. That was Joey Diaz. That's not
Joey
RFK.
Diaz. Like, that was Joey D.
Joe
You
Rogan.
need to
Yeah,
put me in
Joe
talks up
Rogan.
there.
You have a Joe Rogan. You have a. That's my Joey D.
Give me Duke plus 12. Uh,
Buddy, I'm there with you.
are you there with me?
That's one of my
Okay.
picks.
Okay. I like that. I very rarely am I going to be taking these double digit dogs. Again, I think SMU, I haven't been impressed with them all year. I like Duke. I think 12 is just too many points. I'm not looking for anything outright. Just a case of too many points. I think Duke can score enough to keep up. And I don't know. I don't think SMU has quite the horsepower. There we go.
You want to hear? You want to hear something that helps your case?
Give it to me.
Also, I can only find 11.5. If you can run me down
Let
for
me pull.
12.
Let me pull.
So SMU's playing on the road at Duke this week.
There's a 12 at Caesars, DraftKings, and
Okay, give me
Bet365.
12. Give me 12. Give me 12.
Yep.
1 unit. So SMU's playing Duke this week, right?
Yep.
SMU next week at home plays ranked Pitt. This is a prime look
Look
ahead
ahead.
spot.
We love it. I wasn't even thinking that way.
SMU for 3 straight weeks. They went on the road. They killed Louisville, or they beat Louisville. They didn't kill them. Sorry. They went on
Yep.
the road. They killed Stanford. They actually did. And now for the third week, the last leg, they have to play Duke.
Run out of gas.
3 weeks in a row on the road. It's not easy.
I love when we're simpatico. We don't even talk about this. My final one before I get to my parlays, and give me Notre Dame minus 13. Huge step up in class for Navy. Notre Dame, one of the best defenses in the country. This is finally, I think, where Navy's going to see a real defense. This is the first good team they've played. I think Notre Dame is going to be able to hang, at least 30 on them. This total has climbed from, I think, 40 to over 52. This might be an underplay for me later, especially if it keeps climbing. But Notre Dame at less than 2 touchdowns. I'm very comfortable with that 13. I think this will be a rude awakening for Navy. Anti-Patriot stance, but Notre Dame is a clearly better team right here at 13, especially. Give me it for 1 unit.
Okay. I like it. Let's see. All right. Like a moth to a flame, like rat to cheese. I'm taking Windiana -6.5 for count them, 2 units.
That wasn't even my rat line.
What's your rat line?
Whiskey Penn State.
That makes me so much happier.
That wasn't
What?
even my rat line.
So
Now,
we think so we think there's 2 rat lines in the Big Ten.
I think there's 2 rat lines in the Big Ten. Now,
What
the
what's
the
Penn State?
reason, it's Penn State is a road
Oh, here it is. Here it is. 6.5 on the road at Whiskey. Oh yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
road favorite 6.5. Last check, it was 86% of the money was on Penn State. Line has not moved, not even a half point.
I'm buddy. I'm hammering Whiskey.
Yeah, so that's something to keep. But pitch me why Indiana may be down their starting quarterback. Why you still like it, given a almost touchdown?
I didn't realize that they were still down. I thought he was going to be able to play.
As of today, I don't think Rourke's going.
We're scratching Indiana.
Okay, he might go, but it doesn't as of today.
All right. That take Indy off.
Okay.
Take Indy off. They did.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Hey, we got. I gave you 5.
I have 4. What's the other one?
I gave you 5. ECU.
ECU, EMU, Toledo, Duke.
Oh, fudge. All right, here we go. I got
Yeah.
this one. This one's kind of gross.
Oh, they've all been.
Stay with me now.
Okay.
I'm taking a total.
Okay, I love it.
They don't call it undertime.
Oh, Lord.
Iowa, Northwestern, over 37 and a half. This game is in Wrigley Field, I think.
That's that's about as disgusting as me. You know, I've been loving my Iowa
Oh, no,
overs.
it's at Iowa. It's in Kinnick.
Okay.
At 37 and a half. I think my boys from NU can get me 10.
I think they can get it done. I love my Iowa overs.
Because
All right.
Iowa really pissed me off last week because I took them as road favorites and they lost to Michigan State. They got 30 hung on them by Michigan State. How do you do that?
Their defense isn't as good last year. They lost all those white corners, man. They keep
They have
churning them out.
another.
They do have another. They do have another. All right, I got two more, and they are both they're both some parlays. So my
All
first
right, hold on.
parlay,
Let me see. I might ride.
okay, I'm gonna give you both. You may want to ride one or the other. So my first one is a 1 unit parlay. It's a just win baby parlay, and I'm going back to the well. The first leg of it, Notre Dame. Notre Dame's not losing this week. I love
Okay,
them. The second leg is Michigan. I don't care if
I'm
it's five
out.
and a half. That's maybe your third rat line in the Big Ten.
I'm out.
Against Michigan State. Michigan at home. It's a rivalry game. Michigan is clearly better. Michigan is just a better version of Michigan State. Nothing about Michigan State scares me if I'm Michigan. I don't care who's behind the quarterback. Give me that. You can actually get that right now. It's about minus 104, so pretty close below actually the VIG number, so standard VIG. Give me that money line parlay for 1 unit. And my second one, a adjusted parlay. Give me LSU plus 9.5. Give me West Virginia plus 10.5. 2 unit parlay. I think both of these teams can win outright, but I'll take the comfort. West Virginia is the better team on paper.
No way. We
LSU is the better
stink.
team on paper. Listen, I'm catching 10.5. I'm catching 9.5. 2 units. Hold your nose. I'll meet you at the window, though. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Hold your
2 units.
nose. We're going down. We're going
Listen,
under.
it's one of those things where I'm like, I looked at West Virginia and I'm like, Arizona up and down all year. West Virginia up and mostly down all year, but I don't think Arizona should be favored. I don't know, especially not when I'm getting these points 10 against West Virginia. I think you're comfortable there. I think LSU wins outright, but especially catching 9.5 of that. That's probably going to be about minus 113, 115 right now when I just checked it. But give me that for 2 units. I'm going to run these down. Frank, if you want to add in these, let me know.
Yeah.
Notre Dame minus 13, LSU plus 9.5, West Virginia plus 10.5. That's my only 2 unit play. Duke plus 12, Michigan and Notre Dame moneyline parlay, 1 unit. UCF minus 2.5, Kansas State minus 9.5. The Dimes man, ECU minus 7.5, 3 units. EMU minus 2.5, 2 units. Toledo minus 2.5, 1 unit. He's riding Duke with me plus 12, 1 unit. And Iowa Northwestern over 37.5, 1 unit. Anything you want to add to this play?
Yeah,
You
I
love the
do.
board.
I do. I do. I'm looking at projections right now. There's no way this is right. There's no This team has not proven that they should be. I just want to make sure that I'm looking at the right thing here. 330 kick. Hold on. There's no way. Give me UConn minus 6 at home against Rice. The Huskies. They lost a nail biter last week to Wake Forest. They took them to the limit, and there's like a bad like pass interference and holding call. I sent you the clip of the press conference? Did you
You
listen to it at
did.
all? Jim Mora, he goes,
I went.
that's BS. There was PI and holding. So UConn potentially bad call away from beating Wake Forest, and Wake Forest is not great this year, but again, that's a Power Four opponent. Listen, here's UConn this year. Here's UConn this year. We're gonna flush the Maryland loss. We're flushing that.
Watch it.
We beat their FCS opponent. You hung with Duke. You beat Florida Atlantic. You beat Buffalo. You beat Temple. You hung with Wake. Rice is in that Temple, Florida
Yeah,
Atlantic, Buffalo, and you get them at home.
that's a step below.
Give
That's a
me the
step
give me
down.
the Huskies. Stores, Connecticut. I might make the trip. 1 unit on the
I
con.
don't know why you don't. Well,
That'll
I think
make
we
up.
got a
That'll
good
make up for
board.
my lack of Indiana pick.
I think we got a good board. We're sitting up 12.5 units. My projection is next week we are talking to each other and we are up 17 units
I think we'll
combined.
be. I think we'll be in the 20s next week. By next week.
It's a big climb.
Hey,
Big
this is
climb.
me, Babe Ruth. pointing to the outfield. I'm doing it. I'm
Good
calling my
climb.
shot on this one. I really do like the board that much. I'm
All right,
gonna,
buddy. Well,
I'm winning 2 grand this weekend.
I might tail you a little bit. I might give you a little bit of scratch from me then. Well, buddy, I'll talk to you next week, and then the week after we'll be together.
Yes, sir. I'm excited. Live pod. We got to figure out the logistics of that, but we'll figure it out. Okay.
Probably in my basement.
Probably. All right. Have a good. Do you still have your old mic? Do you still have a mic?
Yeah.
All right. We'll probably use that. Okay. Have a good night. Thank you guys for
I'll
listening.
see
See you
you
next week.
live from Nashville, man, right outside of Vanderbilt. Peace.